Roger. Thank you.
I just turned the stream on. Good morning, DJ.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm trying to do mine, but it's trying to connect. It hasn't connected.
Oh, I'll do something. Let me know when yours is on.
I'll shut it down, reboot it.
Hey, Doug, he wants to get his audio. I'll let him explain it. He has a microphone sitting next to his speaker, and I told him he could probably do that virtually, but I'll let him answer.
Yeah, so DJ, you want to it should be pretty easy with the Anon. I would just turn your VAC on, and I don't know what that, and then you would pick up the VAC as your input in OBS. And I think a real easy way to get your transmit audio into OBS would just be to turn the monitor on also. If you turn the monitor on and VAC on and you put that as your input, OBS should just pick up your transmit and your receive. The only thing it won't do by doing it that way is you won't be able to talk to the stream unless you are transmitting. But there's ways around that too.
I watched Steve's YouTube, and it was a little more complicated in that there were settings. I didn't want to touch anything because I got it set up pretty well, and I'm just afraid to screw things up, so I haven't done anything. I can't get it to load for some reason. Connect streaming software, go to live. I did that. But let me...
Well, there you go. You can start now. It's screwed up.
So Steve's setup is going to be much more complicated than yours needs to be, DJ, because he's running his audio like I am through a DAW. You're doing all your audio inside of Thetis. So again, I don't know Thetis. I know about 1% of Thetis just from watching it. So if you... I really believe if you just turn your VAC1 or VAC2 on and then open up OBS, you will see it as an input available. And then you should be good to go. You just have to put your monitor on as well. And that should be it. So Steve has to route his audio multiple different ways because of the digital audio workstation.
That's why it was so complicated to me.
But yeah, just I don't know if Art's in here. Just shoot Art a message. Say I want to turn my VAC on so OBS picks it up, and I know that's what he does. He'll tell you how to do it in a second.
Well, maybe I'll we'll give that a try. See what we can do. But anyhow, I have it running now.
Yeah, Mike, half-hour lesson. He did good, though.
I'll see how everybody sounds. VA3 KBC.
There'll be a 4NA at 40.
And 2QQF. The 3PSN.
Hey, Scott. I didn't know you were in there. KB2UKA.
Good morning, Doug.
W40.
I thought that was pretty cool, Doug, that you got your son learning guitar lessons, man. That's pretty cool. How old is he?
He's 7. So, I'm musical, right? So I play piano since I was 4. I've done all the musical theater. His sister is doing all the shows and learning how to sing. And here he was just all left out. And then he asked for a guitar for Christmas. So he got a sick electric guitar. And the real test will be if, we just got home and he's already upstairs practicing what he learned. So that's the real test, if they do it on their own. Where I'm not going to push them, and I never push my daughter. But yeah, man, if at 7, if he practices 20 minutes a day for 1 year, the kid will be an expert.
Yeah, that didn't work out for me when I was a kid. Mom made me take that piano lesson. She divorced me. And then one day the music teacher came over. I was trying to play. I could hear her in the other room talking to my mom. She said, I laugh now, but I got hurt back then. She said she just doesn't have a musical ear.
Yeah, well, that's when they were allowed to tell the truth. Now they're not allowed to do that.
Right.
No ear. You got a future Slash on your hands, maybe.
Oh, bro, yeah, him or her. If she could become famous, he could become famous. I'll just manage their money.
There you go, man. Early retirement.
No, but the place here is cool where he's taking the lessons. It's called Musicology, and they do everything there. And once he learns like the basics, how to play, he could join a rock band like right at the school. They have like they just pair them up. They get a drummer, a guitarist, a singer, a keyboard, whatever, a bass, and they kind of like force these little bands together and they record them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot around the country, making these things like the school rock stuff, and it's cool. It's getting kids interested in music. I wish I would have learned early. I wasn't afforded that privilege, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've got School of Rock. Like I think I've got like 2 of them in a 6-mile radius. This one's not that though, but it's the same thing. You came up to a 5.9, by the way. What's funny is I'm sitting in the studio because that's where the lesson was. It was in a studio. They've got like multiple studios in the building, and all I'm looking at are the mixer boards and everything.
Right.
That's what I'd be doing.
Wow, I want one of those. I'm going to try that. Next thing you know, Doug will be over there playing with the knobs.
Yeah, I'll be like, your levels are off.
Where's that EQ?
That was incredible. I'm sorry, who's that? Who said they don't like the 70, they like the 50?
Yeah, I heard him in the distance. I don't think he's there now.
It's like a miserably cold day today, man. I committed to going to the movies today with the kids. So I'll do that, but man, I am now looking forward to leaving this house today. It's so cold.
Well, you can always start that conversation. You guys want to go to the movies?
No, I did that last time. I'm going. I actually want to go. It's a new Spider-Man, so I want to go check it out.
Yeah, I want to see that. Did they only release it in the theater?
Yeah, it's only in theaters now. I got a great surround sound system in my house, and I like to sit home and watch movies. But I haven't been to a movie in so long. But I heard it's really, really good. A lot of people mentioned. Even my girlfriend took her kid and said it was good. That she was surprised.
Yeah, I don't think it's so weird, man. Like my kids are 8 and 7. I think they've been to 3 movies in their life, and that was even before COVID. It's just so nice to watch it in the house now.
You know, my first experience, it wasn't the movies. It was, I was in elementary school, St. Michael's, and they took us to see the Rockettes. And the Rockettes, and at the time, the movie that they put on after the Rockettes was The Sting. Do you remember that?
So I don't remember that. I'm 41. I don't think they were doing that in the 80s. I think it was before the 80s. But my mother used to tell me that. They used to go see the Rockettes and see a movie.
Yeah. And The Sting was okay. It was an all right movie. I think it was a little bit over our heads, but I grasped it. I see what it was all about. The most fascinating part of the whole thing was the Rockettes.
Yeah, that would still be the most fascinating part.
Yeah, the hell with the movie. Let's see some leg.
That's what all the boys would say.
Movie? What movie?
Doug, I didn't realize you're a little younger than me. That's awesome, man.
Oh, wait, what'd you say, Frank?
I said I didn't realize you were a little bit younger than me. So I said, that's awesome. At least I'm always the youngest guy in the group, man. So, but that's slowly changing as the years are starting to pass by.
Yeah, but Scott, I think, is the youngest. Aren't you, Scott?
Scott had to go to work.
Frank, you're 46, right?
Yeah, I'm 46. I'll be 47 in June.
Yeah, I think 41 and 46 is the same thing. It changes when you hit 50. Just like, 35, 38, it's all the same crap.
30 really bothered.
I agree, but physically, my God, my body feels a lot different. I was in the prime of my body at 40. Now I don't even want to go to the gym.
30 really bothered me. 40 didn't. 50 didn't. 60, 65, I rejoiced.
Yeah, 50 seems to be that cutoff age when strange things start happening.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
45
Really
starting to feel it.
What?
Scott said he'll be right back. What's up, Todd?
38.
Bless his heart.
So, Frank, hold on, let me see if I have it. Yeah. So, what's today? Today's the 8th. So, I've been back on keto for 10 days. I got a blood monitor. So, I prick my finger at night and it tells me if I'm actually in ketosis. And I'm heavily in ketosis. And I've been doing, there's that 100-day push-up challenge, 100 push-up, 30-day challenge. So I've been banging out 100 push-ups on the push-up board since Jan 1. And like day 1, I was able to do 60, and then 70. I'm up to 100 now. And in 8 days, I'm starting to see definition. I've never done 100 push-ups for 30 days every day. So that's as much of the gym as I'm going to get, is just keto and doing push-ups.
You know, it's funny, man. I started, I was getting too big. My girlfriend's like, well, you're a smart guy. She goes, you're getting too big. You start to look like a poopy bucket. Actually, she goes, it looks like you belong in a Jersey Shore now. She goes, I'm not used to it. Not that I'm not used to it. She goes, but, people read you the wrong way. And I said, no, you're absolutely right. But I stopped going 5 months ago, and man, my body's starting to it's starting to look it. But luckily what I wind up doing is I intermittent fast without even realizing I do it, just because my work day is hectic, and when I work, I just get focused on work. I forget to eat, and I just keep pounding away. And I won't realize what time of the day it is, and I'll finally have a meal. But I don't eat a lot, so that's what's actually inadvertently saved me. So I just started doing push-ups again to start doing that. I got some weights in the house, but not a whole lot, so I'm going to start doing that again. But I didn't think about 100 push-ups a day. I'm sure your body is going to really, really look good. You'll see some action pretty quick, man. In 2 months, 60 days, you keep doing that, you're going to be in great shape.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you don't want to bulk up, just doing something like that will rip you up. Have you ever heard of Samoralin?
Yeah, I've taken it before.
Yeah, so I took it in my, which I probably didn't need it, but I took it in my mid-30s, and then I started taking it again probably about a year ago. I was getting it from New Image Medical, shipped to my house, and then I don't know if they changed the law or what, but they no longer had the injectable, and then they started sending me this nose spray that I think was BS, and it burned like hell, so I just stopped taking it. I'm trying to find a distributor where I could get it. That stuff's great.
It's funny you should talk about sit-ups like that, 100 sit-ups a day. And I'm surprised I haven't seen it where, in basic training, 3 months of basic training, you will do more than 100 push-ups in a day. I'm surprised some drill sergeant hasn't made his own business of doing a 3-month basic training course for people. That would get you in shape and really make you form out.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, Dom, because they have these boot camp workouts that all the women go to, but it's not basic. It's not like basic training. But if you actually replicated basic training, but the problem is you'd have to fit it. It'd have to be a daily thing. Like you'd have to commit to like 3 months, 5 or 6 days a week, and they'd have to get it down to an hour a day. So because basic training's all friggin' day for 3 months. When I did MMA, it was real MMA, and it was broken down into an hour. And it would start with a warm-up, and then it was like 11 or 12 3-minute rounds on the bag. That's beginner MMA. And then it was a strength training, which was the last 15 minutes, which was burpees, push-ups, sit-ups, all that stuff. And you would burn 1,000 calories in that hour, and you would continue to burn for like 2 or 3 hours after the class because of the interval training, the way they'd get your heart rate up and then drop it. But yeah, if they did a boot camp thing, which would just basically be like all calisthenics for an hour straight.
Yeah, well, yes, and it's also through the course of a day. There'll be all kinds of activities that'll keep you. And you're gonna walk to most of your places. Some places we had to be driven, but you're gonna walk or you're gonna run to most of your places where they go and do this. I think if you had the money and you could take 3 months and just go and dedicate yourself to it. I mean, if someone still started a business, there'd probably be a lot of people that would do it. And just take 3 months and do basic training. And if you want, say after a month or two, and you're already where you want to be, you can leave. But you would need the time, and it would be expensive. And you definitely can't have like a family record. I guess you could dedicate a month or two to that. It'd be like a business trip, and come back fit, and then just maintain it.
Well, here's the real key to that. You're making my brain spin here. So if you have to go to drug rehab, you go away for 30 or 60 or 90 days, whatever it's required, and your medical insurance pays for that. So if you have a BMI, body mass index, that is considered unhealthy, why not have a rehab for that, which is basically a 30 or 60 day stay at a basic training facility, and you could bill the insurance company. I bet that's an idea.
Yeah, and it'll work in their favor. They'll have healthy clients, and they won't have to pay out in the long run.
Check your inbox, though.
All right, cool, I will.
Yeah, that would be a cool idea. There's a business. You need a couple of drill sergeants, though. I'm sure there's some available.
Oh, I'm sure there are. And I'm absolutely sure they are. All right, cool, Frank. I've heard of them. All right, so they look like they're still up and running. I'm going to look at it.
Yep, no problem. I used to get a lot of stuff from them.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. This, I like this other stuff in here. I've done some of that, too. I'm not looking to do that now, but the Somorlin, that's the good stuff.
Chow hole. We had to do those, what I call monkey bars on the way in, and they weren't just a little set of monkey bars. They were a long set of monkey bars. You had to do that going into the chow hole. You went and ate chow, and when you came back out, you went out that same exit and did the monkey bars on the way back out. Then you could take a 15-minute break. I guess that's so the food should settle. And then we take either a walk or a jog to the next location where we're going to play, jumping over logs that are swinging, low crawling over, machine gun fire, things like that. But you could simulate a lot of that stuff. And then you get a lunch break. By the time we know what that lunch would be around, you get a short lunch break. And same thing, monkey bars in, monkey bars out.
Yeah, we'll get Don, we'll get DJ to sit up there with his Gatling gun. And he can do simulated live
20. The drill sergeants used to walk by and just, if you looked at them wrong, you'd say drop and give me 20. And, you know, there's a lot of drill sergeants walking around. And, you know, but at the end of the day, you may have done 200-300 push-ups. And then the other thing was, like, if somebody did something wrong, you get the 20 push-ups and then stay in a front-leaning rest position. It means you're in a push-up position and you're all the way up, and you got to stay there. And he'd do that for 10, 15 minutes. I mean, you think it's easy, but when you sit there like that long enough, it definitely makes you wobbly.
Didn't they actually use live ammo when they were training? I think, for World War II or just basic training, didn't they use live ammo?
Marines had live ammo. We just had simulation in the armies, but we did have to crawl under barbed wire.
And what's wrong with them doing that?
What?
The simulation?
Oh, yeah, they did a simulation. Our grenades were simulating, too. They were these little metal balls with, like, ladyfinger firecrackers in them.
Well, Frank, I think there were some that didn't quite make it.
So I'm saying, Bug Private gets nervous, steps up, it's over.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what's scary is because we're all standing nearby is when you get to throw your first hand grenade and they can't make it over the wall and like everybody's hitting the deck on the other side of the mountain.
They need to give them some simulators and practice doing that before they do the actual live testing.
Yeah, they do. You got the little fake hand grenade. Everybody had one. And when they did the rock back thing, see, they don't want you to throw it like a softball or baseball. You got to, like, they want you to push it out. And I'm thinking about beaming the enemy in the head with it so I can knock that guy out and blow up the rest. But anyway, it's called a rock back. You rock back, and then you launch it. And so some of them couldn't make it over the wall. It's like they got nervous, choked, or something. And God bless that instructor for the hand grenades. Because there's about 3 people that did that. There was 1 female, 2 guys that just made it over the wall. And like you had to get thrown over the sand pile behind you, the dirt pile behind you. And everybody had to hit the deck.
I've been around the military my whole life, man. My dad was with the 11th Special Forces Group, and I've been around a lot of stuff, man. I get to play around a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You certainly don't want any enemies, that's for sure. You want to be friends with everybody, especially the gunner.
Yeah. Well, and that's not a change subject, but I remember the first time I fired an M60 machine gun. We were on this cliff of this mountain, and the instructor says, shoot the barrels over there, like they were right there. And I'm looking down, I'm looking left, I'm looking right. He goes, no, over there. And I looked, and I'm looking all the way across this valley, and I see this other cliff that had these orange 55-gallon drums. I said, way over there? He goes, yeah, it'll make it. Yeah, that was awesome. And then they had the anti-tank weapon. We called it the Law. It was a fiberglass tube with more or less like armor-piercing rocket in it. And that was fun to shoot, too. Break, please? Yeah, go ahead, Break. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, guys, we'll stand by for a minute. This is Whiskey 4 Delta Oscar Mike. Yeah. You guys get in there. Oh, yeah, we're going to be here. There's about 10 of us here.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, we don't have no room to go up. There's somebody up and there's somebody down.
BA3 KBC, top of the hour.
KB2UKA.
Everybody was IDing. Say that again? I'll try to go down to 72 and see if I can't do a thing that'll work, okay? All right, thank you. Yeah, those were the days.
Hey, Frank.
Do you know what they have now? These trainees, they got distress cards. Like if they don't like sitting in the front leaning rest position, they can pull a card out and it says distress, and they have to stop doing it to them.
Yeah, that's what we call snowflakes.
Why the hell would they even join the military?
This is for you, so if you ever get captured, that you don't get captured, or a reminder not to get captured. Go ahead, Doug.
No, I'm saying if they've got to use a distress card like that, why would they even want to join the military? Everything's got to be sugar coated. But you're right, Dom. If they get captured, their distress card is not going to work.
Yeah. It might get killed.
Hey, Frank.
Yes, sir.
So I ordered one just to test it out. Do you think it comes with supplies, or I got to buy that separate?
Probably got to buy that. You got to buy that separate. But there's a place out in Long Island that supplies. I can't remember the name of them, but I'll find out.
Yeah, I still have some, but I'm gonna need them. Okay. All right, cool. So I ordered one. It's pretty cheap. One was $49. If you order 5 at a time, which I will, as long as it's good, it drops it to like $46 a bottle.
Yeah, they got pretty decent reviews. If you look them up there, the reviews are pretty good. I had no problem with them. But I used to get mine from a doc, friend of mine, and I've used their stuff before, pretty decent.
All right, cool. All right. So, Frank, you said the weather's bad there. It's freezing here, but we have a beautiful day out, sun shining. Are you overcast or what?
No. I'm really not that far from you, actually. But no, it's beautiful out. It's just freaking cold. Oh my god.
How much snow did you get?
Oh, a lot less than you. I think I got a total of 4 inches.
Yeah, we got like, I don't know, 10, 11. Some spots got a foot. It's all still out there because it's so cold.
Yeah, not too good. Not too good, bud. So I got an interesting story. Well, you guys probably know this already. So a buddy of mine, who I'm trying to get on the radio here, he's kind of a new hand, but he's just learning a lot of the stuff, and I'm trying to get him with HF. So we ordered a bunch of stuff, and I told him try out the Mercury amp. So he spoke to them. And the wait time right now, if he orders now, it'll be May or June before you would get that amp.
Yeah, so I had a little dispute with the guys on the Mercury Facebook page. I'm actually going to make a video about it. I should be doing it later tonight or tomorrow. So I had 5 guys reach out. So the way the process works now, you have to give them an indication of interest that you want to get the amp. So I don't know. I think you fill out an online form. They then call you and confirm that you want to order it. And at that juncture, you then go on a waiting list. And then you wait 3, 4, 5 months. And then you get an email that says, okay, it's time to order. What was happening was some guys, I had 5 guys reach out to me. Some guys in September filled out the indication of interest and then found out that they never got a phone call. And then guys in October, November, and December were already got the phone calls. So they missed them on the list. So I posted a thing on the page just saying, hey guys, I think you missed some guys in September. What you got to double check, and these guys are reaching out to me. And a bunch of the you get fanboys in all these products, Flex, Mercury, Sunsdr, and on. It doesn't matter what it is. And man, I got attacked for just saying they missed somebody. But it all worked out. Kenny reached out to me. But yeah, it's a very long wait time. Over?
Wow, that's crazy, man. Yeah, people are they make this like so crazy. But yeah, that's crazy. that's a really, really long wait time for an amplifier. I told him don't bother. Go with he ordered the HF Auto. I said if you're going to do that, just go with the Palstor amplifier for now. I was like, if you want, you could put yourself on the list later on and sell that one. I said, but to be quite honest with you, like most of us, we never just have one radio or one amp, and you'll wind up with multiples of everything. So I said, once you have an amp in operation, then you can go back and order that if you decide that's the route you want to go.
Yeah, that Palstar, what's the output on that?
I think it's only a kilowatt. I don't think they're using LD MOS. I don't know what they're using, but it's got pretty decent output. 1,000 watts, it's fine.
Oh yeah. Do you know? See, the amp I'm looking at was the one that Rick actually put us on to, the RF kit. It's legal limit. It's got headroom to, I think, go up to like 2,500 watts. It's double the price of the Mercury, though. But that's still not expensive, relatively speaking, compared to like an Alpha or any of those. So it's $4,900. For me, it's good because it's got the TCI support, which is like Sunsdr's version of cat control, which is much better than cat control. You just click a button and it connects to whatever you want it to connect to. I don't know how much is the Palstar.
I think that's the only amp that has TCI control.
It is for now.
It's $3,500, but yeah, I don't think but there's a wait list for the RF2K as well, I think, right?
It's 1 month. Rick called, I called them. It's like they said we can't guarantee it's a month, but it'll be a month, and it might even be less. So what I think they're doing, I forgot the name of the company. It's Island something, because they don't sell it in a kit anymore. So what I think's happening is that company is assembling it. So depending how many orders they get, depends how long it's going to take you to get it.
Okay, so they must have gotten their FCC approval, I guess, because I remember they were doing kit form. So I can only assume that that's what they've done, or they've put it together and left the fuse out, or whatever you want to call it, to make it operational. But very good. Yeah, they're nice. I didn't recommend that amp simply because price point was a little higher, and he's getting in, and not that he can't afford it. I'm more than confident he can splurge on it, but I thought it was only in a kit form, and I didn't want to do that to him. Coming in, with limited. I think he's just very new to it. So, but nice. I didn't know that they were putting that together. Now that's a really nice amp too.
It is. You can't even buy it in kit form anymore, and they have an FCC license number, so it's FCC approved. The only reason I want to get it, I have no need for it. I can't even use it to its potential right now, because the remote tuner that I'm using, if I put 1,501 watt into it, will blow up. And there's just no need. There's no difference between 1,200 and 1,500. So when we finally finish this move, whenever we do it, and I put up that 80-meter 2-element Delta picture that I sent you, that's what I want to put up. Then I'll get something like that.
W4DO 10 after.
And KB2UKA, and I don't know if Bill's out there. I saw him sign in. Yeah, no, it's a real nice amp, man. I think it's just as nice, it's on the same level as that Mercury. I think the next amp I'm going to do is going to be an LD MOS amp. However, KF4GZN, Dave turned me on to a guy who built, basically it's a homebrew. It'll do 4K, but obviously we don't need that. But you'll get legal limit at 5 watts, a 5-watt drive. But there's no self-protection built into the amp. You screw up, you're messing up. But it's only $2,500, and you got a lot of headroom, a lot of power. all you need to do is basically put an attenuator in line and make sure you're on the right band when you turn it on. Other than that, should be good to go. I heard they're fairly good. And I'm sorry, I know there's a few guys in here. I just want to ask you one last question, Doug. What tuner are you using?
And I know what amp you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it. I looked at it a couple of months ago. That one looks very attractive. but of course, the whole reason to have that is just to do 4 or 5 watts in and get legal limit. You would never need anything more than that. I forgot the model number, Frank. It's the MFJ remote tuner. So they make 3 of them. They make a 300, a 600, and a legal limit version. This is the legal limit version. It's been outside for a year and a half. It's still going strong. MFJ is really the only one that makes something like this. And it's I forgot what the hell it's called. If you do MFJ legal limit remote tuner, it'll be the first one that pops up.
Okay, I'm using that as well. I have 2 of them. I have a Palstar AT Auto, or HF Auto rather, and I have a 998 remote tuner with the enclosure, and I run both of them outside on individual antennas, and it works really, really well. I'm surprised it's an MFJ product that I can actually say has withstood a few little accidents, and it's held up. So very good. Okay, thanks, Doug. I know the amp, the tuner. It's really good. I'm glad it's working out well for you. N2QQF. I don't know. Someone take it.
Hold on, real quick. This is Doug. Hold on.
And I got the
Let Tom go.
the one that's in the house. That's a nice tuner. I've had 2 of these. The first one I sold, but I had the first one, I guess, about, it had been 15 years. This one here I have a little over a year now, or 2 years. And it's okay. The only thing with MFJ is you need to pop the covers off and make sure everything's...
Good morning. Just stand by. Yeah, Dom, you're right. And real quick, Frank, that Palstar, what's it rated at?
I can tell you. The Palstar can take, and not from now, obviously, in my former life, has taken upwards of 2K. But it's an accident.
Yeah, slip of the finger. It happens every now and then. And that's a waterproof outdoor tuner?
No, it's not. It's indoor. But what I do is, just real quick, and I know there's a break in station, I'm sorry. I have a single feed line leaving the shack here. And then it goes out, it goes into grounding. I got grounding out there. Goes to a remote antenna tuner. Remote antenna switch. And each, I have two antennas out there. And from the switch, it goes directly into the tuner. And then from the tuner directly to the antenna. Obviously, I have a line isolation and a few things in mind, but I have 2 separate tuners. The reason that being is because I had this set up not realizing I had a control head I could have bought for the HF Auto where I could have done everything remotely. So I didn't want to have the tuners in the shop. I wanted to keep everything outside for efficiency. But in order to do that, I needed to get another tuner for the other antenna.
Okay, Roger. And, there's sometimes I want to say things on the air that I can't say, but it's in relation to the little tone that I'm hearing right now. Okay, that's very cool, Frank. That's very cool. All right, breaking station. Go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen. Jim, WX4 SDX, just listening in, wanted to say hello.
Hey, Jim. How you doing, brother? It's Doug, KB2UKA. There's a bunch of guys in here. Dom, are you copying Jim?
Yeah, hey, Jim, how you doing? This is Whiskey 4 Delta, Oscar Mike, W4DOM, over here in South Carolina. Good morning.
What was it called, Jim?
Whiskey 4 Delta,
Whiskey X-Ray 4, Sierra, Echo X-Ray. Good morning, Frank. Did you hear anything from...
Yeah, Mike.
That's what I thought it was. Okay, Tim. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize the call. I said it was a coincidence in your call. I thought it was a double.
Yeah. That's on purpose. It's probably someone watching the YouTube stream.
No, I have not heard anything back yet, but thank you for that.
I didn't know this was the SSTV window of 40 meters. It's not.
No, I haven't heard anything back. I'm hoping to hear back by Monday, but I got a little tip from somebody that told me how to address the email specifically, and hopefully I'll get an answer back. So I'll give them till Monday. I've sent them 2 emails. I'm going to give them till Monday. At least it'll be 2 weeks since I sent that email, or almost 2 weeks. And I heard it takes about that time. But if I don't hear back, then I'll get a little bit more specific in my next email. But I suspect I just spoke to someone and I saw in the reflector it was 12 weeks, which or 68 days. I'm sorry. So it's just a little bit over 2 months, which is I got 3 months in mind. So if I get it any time in that time frame, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I hear you. I sent an email maybe yesterday, just just a heads up that they got the order, and just have peace of mind. I'll wait however long, as long as it's coming. But that's good to know. Hey, I might have to hit you up if I don't ever get a response from them. And my ALC's a little hot here. Dom, how's your antenna? Did you get it back up? Is everything good?
Yes, it was the balance. It had, where the SLT39 goes into the bow, and it broke right there. So I replaced that and put it back up. It's not all the way up, but it's as far as I'm going to do right now. It's too cold outside to mess around. But, it's all fixed.
Oh, yeah, that's good to hear. I got to do some more too, but I'm just going to have to wait till spring to deal with the issue. And then, Doug, yes, I watched your video twice. I've been really playing around a lot with the that noise canceling and the DAW. It's amazing. Just trying to figure out how to make it efficient because it seems to increase latency by like 30 or 40 milliseconds. Not that matters, but in totality, it adds up.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm using it now. I got to knock on wood, man. I'm not an advocate like, oh my God, people have to use Macs. I have PCs in the house everywhere. Like, I love working on them. But ever since I switched to the Mac, I have zero latency. Zero. The thing I'm dealing with now is my receive, the way I'm routing it virtually, I can't get, it's not as loud as it would be direct. So I got to play around now with trying to create a new virtual device where I VAC the receive out of the SDR software directly into the virtual device. I think that'll keep the volume level the same. Like even if I shut off the noise cancellation right now, it's quieter because something's getting attenuated in the audio routing.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I noticed, at least with Windows, I'm somewhat familiar with Mac. I'm guessing you're not using like a MacBook. I think for like the Mac Minis and the workstations, I think they do like a dedicated audio bus, and same for video as well. So that's why Macs are so popular for that type of processing of digital audio, video.
Holy crap! Did you guys see that?
And other than specialized places like Pixar that use like huge servers and racks of GPUs now, I think that's probably what you're seeing with the Mac. Is that dedicated main board bus just for audio and video.
Yeah, so it's a iMac. It's an i9. Oh God, what's the speed on it? I think 5700, and then I've got 64 gigabytes of RAM. So I didn't buy that from Mac. The 64 gigabytes of RAM from Mac is like $2,000. I bought it from whatever OWC or whatever the company is. I paid like $600. And so I've got it pretty maxed out, and it's like no processing time whatsoever. It's clean.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't think there's any way to get more efficient unless you can code in like NVIDIA or CUDA language, and you can use GPUs. Because I've been researching it, and there's really no way to get much better. Maybe if you're running Linux and you were doing all the, like, they have that, the GNU radio, and I know there's a couple specialized audio packages, but you'd have to build like a specialized server. But no, just the plugins alone. I mean, I'm not even using the one you had. That's going to have to go on the purchase list. But I got this other one that's a little bit cheaper. It's from a German. It's called Bush Free, and it works really good. I don't think it says many options as the version you had from Isotope, but I'm definitely going to try that one out. This one works great, though. It has a pretty nice little learning feature. It works really quick. You only need like 3 to 4 seconds. You don't have to hold it for a long time. So I'm more than happy, but it's just been a lot of fun to play with because I have it on my receive audio, and now I have it in line ahead of my gate on my mic input in Persona.
I'm going to head out, guys. I'm going to shut the stream off here and go do some stuff. I guess you guys can carry on. The band sounds pretty good, and everybody have a great day. This is Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
DJ, I didn't even know. I didn't know you got it turned on. Oh, well. Oh, let me shut that off. I would have put it up on my stream.
Oh, that's okay. No, that's okay. I just been playing with it. I think I've got, as I said, where the speakers need to be along with the external mic. So, but I'm going to talk to Art about going internal-wise if it's simple enough to do. So, 7-3, guys. Everybody have a great day. VA3 KBC.
All right, DJ. Take care, brother. I'm going to get out of here, too, in a few minutes. I got another round in me. Yeah, but, Jim, it's I don't know. It's working good. It's working good. I could play with the audio levels in OBS to bring up the volume on the receive. So I've got it sounding fine. It's just me personally. I need it to be a little bit louder, so I got to figure out where it's getting attenuated and why that's happening. All right, let me drop it here. Nate, are you back? Okay, Nate went away. Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, 7-3 Bill, if you're in there too, I know you were checking out. I saw that they had a little bit of QRM below them. But, yeah, I want to run that software you're using, Doug, but I think you're correct. I don't think it's going to work with the DAW I'm using, so I might have to switch. But now I'm worried about latency and all that, but I'm only doing it for receive, and I'm not doing anything else, so it probably should not be a problem. And honestly, actually, it wouldn't work for me now that I think about it, because I'm going through, if I'm using my headphone jack, I'm not going to hear that. That's very interesting. I just thought about that, unless I monitor out of the DAW. But I didn't think about all that.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. But what I would do, Frank, is nothing. Wait till you get the 7000 set up. The noise cancellation, and I've never heard it live, like never had it in front of me, but you might get it to sound the way this plugin's making mine sound without anything. The noise blanker and the NR in Thetis is supposed to be superior to anything else.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that because, hold on, I'm trying to listen through my DAW now to see what it sounds like. But it's funny you said that because I was thinking the same thing. I might wait for the Anon because it'll do a lot of those functions for me. So, yeah, it's a good point. I'm going to wait. But I thought it was a really cool piece of software. I might want to go back into doing software audio versus how I'm doing it now with hardware, or maybe a little combination of both. But yeah, I don't know. That's a whole rabbit hole for me too. I've been down that road a long time ago, and I don't know. Everything's working. If it's not broken, why fix it?
So here's my thoughts on that, Frank. It's a pain in the butt to switch, and I've done it like 5 times in the last 6 months. It's a pain in the butt. But once you're running the true SDR, I think virtual is the way to go. I think Thetis and this software that I'm running, Expert SDR, I think they're designed to take the audio virtually. The only thing that's really the big pain in the butt is re-EQing on a new EQ. But what I did was when I went from analog to virtual, I kind of looked at my graphic EQ, my analog, and I kind of made that my starting point in the EQ plugin. And then I got Art on the horn, and I used his ear to tweak it. So that is because you already have a starting point. Your voice is your voice, and really an EQ is an EQ. So that shouldn't be as bad as starting fully from scratch.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. For me, it's just the interfacing, getting it all done. If I can do it zero latency, which I think I can with the SDR, or very minimal latency, right? That's the key, because I think like most of us, right, I monitor through the headphones. You may not because you're broadcasting, or maybe you do, I'm not sure. I do everything with a set of cans. So when I hear that latency, it really throws me off, and that's been a big problem. So what I recognize, and again, it's probably limitations of what I was doing incorrectly with the buffer sizes and some of those things. But I think one of the things I noticed was it was changing my vocal pattern, and I was slowing down my speech, or altering my voice to somehow in my mind it was making sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to go down that road, but John QMA kind of said something pretty interesting that he stated this point. I'm sure you guys have heard it about VST plugins hopefully going to SDR, right? So if they go that route, that would change everything, and I'd be more inclined to go do that. Yeah, I hate the whole re-EQing process. I had to do it on this radio when I went from my rack over to the new XR piece I had in line. So I just hate doing it. It's a pain in the neck. But you're right. I think once everything is set up and working, and it'll work
Rick?
really, really well. And to your point, I think it'll work well with the SDR.
If they get VST plugins into any of this SDR software, it will be a huge game changer. I'd get rid of the DAW immediately. As long as I can run the exact same plugins. I'm also, though, in Logic Pro, I'm running AU plugins, but still, if I could get VST into Expert SDR or into Thetis, that's one less thing on the roadmap that the audio needs to route through, and I would 100% do that. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Really, really good QSO, guys. Jim, Frank, DJ's gone. Who else is in there? Dom's still in there. So Dom, if you're still there, I'll pass it to you, and I'll say 73 to all you guys. I'm going to go get myself into some trouble with the kids. Take care. Oh, did Dom leave?
I want to move up to 18, 72, 18.
Yeah, if I was staying, I would move up. Absolutely. These guys are spilling up here. All right, 73, everyone.
And enjoyed the QSO as always. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and catch up. We'll say 73, KB2UKA, and 2QQF.
All right, guys. Have a great, great day. Drive fast, take chances. That's what I always say. 73.